NBA players that regretted having a beef with Luka. Luka Doncic is an impressive and promising young star. The Slovenian guard began playing professional basketball in Europe as a young teenager and was drafted by the Hawks in 2018 before ultimately kicking off his NBA career in a Dallas Mavericks jersey. Through his young career, Luka has revealed to the world that he's got a bit of a temper and he's not afraid to let it show. Though some of the negative effects from his short fuse are unfortunate, more often than not, Doncic receives the last laugh in his conflicts on the court. So today, we're going to look at 5 times Luka Doncic took revenge on his opponents. Number 5. Kings. Luka has a bit of bad blood for the Sacramento Kings, who passed him up in the NBA draft. Rumor has it that Kings GM Vlade Divac disliked Luka's father and for that reason chose to select Marvin Bagley instead. Whether this is true or not, the decision left many thinking it should have cost Divac his job. So perhaps Doncic approaches contest with the Kings with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. On December 8, 2019, Luka had an encounter with the Kings that left a bad taste in his mouth. And many choice words coming out of his mouth. It's long been recognized that teams have taken an aggressive approach to slowing down the young star by fouling him particularly hard, whether they're whistled for it or not. Mavs coach Rick Carlisle has publicly condemned this style of play that was also employed against longtime Maverick Dirk Nowitzki. Now in this matchup with the Kings, Luka was enduring this style of play but was also visibly shaken up by a couple of bad calls by the referees. He received a technical at the end of the first period of play and was fuming from then on, jawing with the refs for the remainder of the game and even continuing after the buzzer. The Mavericks dropped the game to the Kings despite mounting an impressive comeback from over 20 points down to a final score of 110-106. Following the game, Luka told reporters that he needed to work on calming himself down on the court and moving on to the next play. Just a few short weeks later, Luka exacted his revenge on the Kings regardless of the officials. Luka posted wild numbers, including 25 points, 17 assists, and 15 rebounds. And with this performance, Doncic became the youngest player to put up 20 points, 15 rebounds, and 20 assists, breaking Magic Johnson's record set in 1981. Luka also posted the fastest triple-double by a Mavericks player in 2 decades by hitting the threshold with 9:16 left to go in the third quarter. While this hothead surely could learn to control his temper in the moment, he's going to want to hang on to the ability to channel that emotion into great performances on the court. Number 4. Terrence Mann. During a preseason game in October of 2019, Doncic got a little physical with Clipper Terrence Mann. After the whistle, we see Mann, a rookie, smack the ball out of Luka's hands. Luka is no longer a rookie here and isn't about to be disrespected by a newbie just breaking into the league. To be sure this message is clear, Doncic gets in his face and has to be separated by teammates. Then Doncic proceeded to lead his team to win over the Clippers 102-87, scoring 15 points and grabbing 13 rebounds. Number 3. Michael Porter Jr. Most people today are sadly all too familiar with the conflicts that arise from subtle and overblown activity on social media. In 2018, Denver Nuggets rookie Michael Porter Jr. liked a social media post that painted Doncic as overrated. When European pro Dino Radonjic got wind of this, he tweeted, "MVP of EuroLeague can't be overrated. An injured player who has not played 5 college games can be overrated. #facts." An obvious jab at Porter, who played almost not at all in college due to injury in his only NCAA season. Guess who liked the tweet? Luka. Even though Porter claimed it was an accident and apparently reached out to Doncic to smooth things over, you have to wonder if it's truly over. When the Mavs and Nuggets faced off in March of 2020, Porter played a mere 5 minutes and posted 0 stats other than a lone rebound. Doncic, on the other hand, played 40 minutes and scored 28 points in the Mavs win. I can't help but think that, although he never commented on it publicly, Luka hadn't forgotten the social media duel. Number 2. Luke Walton. Remember Luka's bad blood with the Kings organization earlier? Well, it doesn't stop with Vlade Divac and the referees. Sacramento head coach Luke Walton is a 2-time NBA champ who played a total of 10 seasons himself before getting into coaching. He's the son of hardwood legend and broadcaster Bill Walton. During a frustrating game for the Kings, Walton received a technical before yelling at Doncic to go sign an autograph for the ref. Now, this was a clever way to make his point that calls seemed to be going Luka's way, but it's not terribly appropriate for a coach to be yelling at an opposing player. Doncic, of course, had the last laugh as the Mavs handedly defeated the Kings 130-111. Doncic shrugged the encounter off in a post-game interview, claiming that Walton said something about him that he didn't like. Number 1. Jamal Mosley. The last showdown with Luka is with an unlikely source, Mavericks assistant coach Jamal Mosley. As Doncic hits a 3, putting Dallas on top of Memphis by 11 points, the Grizzlies call a timeout to hopefully cool Luka off and keep the game within reach. As Luka approaches the bench, he stops for a brief exchange with Mosley, who, as the conversation comes to an end, delivers an open-hand slap to the player's face. Following the incident, sources claim that the two have a harmless history of shoving back and forth and horsing around. Luka didn't look amused at all as Mosley delivered the slap and walked away. Joke or not, Doncic was fired up and scored 14 points in the third quarter alone. Luka delivered 24 points in the Mavericks' victory in only 29 minutes on the floor, sitting the final period as Dallas coasted to the end. So after what we've seen here today, I believe it is incumbent upon me to warn you, don't pick a fight with Luka Doncic. As the unfortunate victims you saw in this video learned the hard way, Luka will have the last laugh. We certainly hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like and let us know what video you'd like to see next from Hoop Hustlers in the comments. And finally, hit subscribe so you're the first to know when we release the videos you love from the hardwood. And now, until next time, keep hustling.